Shooting in East Lansing. This is the scene at the 25 East apartment complex near Abbott Road and Lake Lansing Road. East Lansing police are on scene, as well as a K-9 unit from Michigan State University assisting. Our photographer saw an ambulance racing away from the scene, as well as several patrol cars stationed at intersections near the complex with their lights on. We still do not know anything about a victim or suspects, but East Lansing police tell us the scene is secure and that there's no danger in that immediate area. We're working to get more details, and we'll have an update for you when we get more information. The death toll stands at 6 right now from Hurricane Michael, as the full force of the destruction is still coming to light. Jay Gray has more.
Michael is gone, but the evacuations continue here. The two largest hospitals in Panama City transferring hundreds of patients because of structural damage to the facilities.
The state health officials are actively working to evaluate those hospitals, provide critical care to patients.
Much of the Florida Panhandle looks like a battlefield after the attack by Mother Nature.
The sounds that I remember the most is almost like a jet engine and then a rumble. And then I could feel the whole house shaking. And when the roughest part came, it was literally a white sheet of rain. I couldn't even see the neighbor's house 20 feet across.
A lot of the houses in Mexico Beach are gone now, ripped apart by 150-mile-an-hour winds as the storm exploded across the coastline. Search and rescue teams combed through the wreckage here and across the strike zone.
We still have a long way to go. There's a lot of debris that we haven't sifted through.
And so much work to be done. Power crews repairing downed lines and blown transformers, crews and survivors clearing away debris. Michael took a lot here.
It's devastating. I mean, it's a place that I love, and I will always love it, and we will rebuild.
But it couldn't take the resolve of those that call this place home.
We're taking a look at North Carolina, where mudslides and flooding have become major issues. Roads are blocked from the earth moving and sliding. Utility companies are reporting that nearly 1.3 million people from Florida all the way to Virginia were without power last night. Officials are saying that this is the most powerful storm to hit the Florida Panhandle in history. Two candidates battling for a state Senate seat came face-to-face in a forum last night. State Rep Tom Barrett and Kelly Rossman McKinney spoke in Eaton County, where voters came from all over. Supporters from both sides were ready to speak on why their candidate is right for the job.
I think it's time it changed hands and changed parties. It's long overdue. She knows what it means to meet a payroll, and I think that's critical for somebody coming in to the legislature.
Knowing that Tom Barrett's come along and said we need to keep taking care of veterans, we need to keep the costs down, and we need to be listening to the voters. And that appealed to me.
Republican Senator Rick Jones is currently representing the 24th District. He can't seek re-election because of term limits. Voters will make their decision at the polls on November 6th. The candidates running for Michigan's governor will be appearing in their first gubernatorial debate tonight. Gretchen Whitmer and Bill Schuette will be in Grand Rapids for the televised event on Wood TV. Each candidate will get a chance to speak in an opening and closing statement and answer questions from a moderator. This will be their first face-to-face debate. The next debate will be held in Detroit on October 24th. We'll have a recap of the debate later tonight on Fox 47 News at 10. Meanwhile, Republican gubernatorial candidate Bill Schuette is responding to comments he made back in an interview in the late 80s. Footage was posted of the then Congressman Schuette making comments to a woman off camera in what appears to be raw footage from a TV interview. The video was posted by American Bridge on Twitter. After the woman asked Schuette to move a lamp closer to him, he can be heard saying, quote, "I'll do anything you want. Some things I may not let you run the camera on," end quote. Schuette released a statement saying that, quote, "That was apparently my poor attempt to be humorous 30 years ago. The video, which appears to be edited with only one short portion shown, has been in the public domain for some time." He says, "It's fortunate for me that Cynthia came into my life and let me know I'm not a very funny guy, but this is no less embarrassing to me today, and I regret it." His opponent, Democrat Gretchen Whitmer, also reacted to the video. She took to Twitter saying, quote, "I imagine everyone who's watched it had the same uncomfortable look on our faces, but But even more troubling is the fact that Schuette has spent the past 33 years in office attacking the rights of women and workers to take away access to contraception and health care. There's more to come on your Fox 47 Morning News. After the break, voters in Jackson County, what you need to know ahead of the November 6th election. Plus, where you can find out more about equipment for voters with disabilities. There will be a demonstration today, and we'll take another look at your forecast. Stay with us.
And we are looking at temperatures only in the 40s this morning. We're not warming up a whole lot as we go through the day. I'll have all your details coming up just after the break. Stay with us.
You're watching Fox 47 Morning News at 7.
You definitely want that light jacket as you step out the door this morning. Temperatures mainly in the 40s across the area. Might not be a bad idea to grab the umbrella as well. We could be looking at a few rain showers later on this afternoon. Right now it is 41 degrees in Lansing, 40 degrees for Jackson and Charlotte. But once you take the winds into account, many locations actually feeling like you're in the 30s. Feeling like 35 degrees right now in Lansing, 36 in Charlotte. Now your planner through today does show the cloud cover holding on through most of the day, maybe a few peaks of sunshine early. Heading into the later afternoon hours, there's a chance for a few very light rain showers. Shouldn't amount to a whole lot. Temperature-wise though, with the cloud cover hanging around and any rain showers, we're only making it into the upper 40s for your highs. Now the wind's certainly not as strong today as what we dealt with yesterday, but a few wind gusts this afternoon could be up around the 20-mile-per-hour range. And that should make things feel even cooler. So your wind chills today likely staying in the upper 30s through a good chunk of the day. It's not until the early afternoon hours that we finally get those wind chills back into the low 40s. So a very chilly day on tap. And as I showed, a day where we should see a lot of cloud cover. Still holding on to that cloud cover in our area. A little bit further off to our north, though. They are dealing with some very light snow showers, even a few light rain showers as well. That's not a big concern for us today, but we could be dealing with a few light rain showers from a system passing to our south as we head into the later evening hours, more so for the first part of the overnight tonight. Otherwise, just a few breaks in the clouds this morning and mostly cloudy skies are expected throughout the afternoon. That system passing to our south will pop off a few light rain showers as we enter the evening hours. Very light rain is expected, maybe a little bit of drizzle as well. Overall, should not amount to a whole lot, and overall, it should also be getting out of here pretty early in the overnight. We actually start to clear out as we head towards daybreak on Saturday. Saturday shaping up to be a very nice looking day. A lot of sunshine in store for your Saturday. Temperature-wise, though, we just don't warm up a whole lot. Highs only able to rebound into the low 50s on Saturday. And starting out Saturday morning, we may be dealing with our first widespread frost of the season. As we get into the end of the weekend on Sunday, we'll start to track another system that's still sitting off to our west. You can see a few rain showers up around Traverse City early on Sunday. Looks like those rain showers should be moving into our area as we hit Sunday night, more so into the start of next week. But for today, it's a mostly cloudy day, a little bit of rain moving in late. Temperature-wise today, we're topping out only in around 48 degrees. And if you are heading off to any of the high school football games tonight, well, this is what we call football weather. A lot of cloud cover, temperatures in the 40s. There may even be a few light rain showers passing through the area. But that rain gets out of here pretty early in the overnight. We see some clearing towards daybreak tomorrow, allowing temperatures to drop into the mid-30s. For your day tomorrow, high of 52 degrees and a beautiful looking day with mostly sunny skies. We even get some sunshine around to start your day on Sunday, but by Sunday evening we'll watch for those rain showers to move in. We'll deal with a few rain showers through the day on Monday with highs only in the mid-40s. Back in the 50s Tuesday and Wednesday next week. Heading towards Thursday, we could see a lot of sunshine and temperatures even taking a run at the 60-degree mark once again.
Wow, so if you're heading out to those games tonight, maybe pack an umbrella just in case?
Pack an umbrella, wear the sweater, bundle up. It's going to be a bit chilly.
All right, thanks, Jim.
Yeah.
Voters in Jackson County will get a chance to learn more about candidates and other issues on the November 6th ballot today. That's because State Senator Mike Shirkey is hosting a public town hall meeting from 10 a.m. until 10:30 a.m. until 11:30 in Brooklyn. The meeting is being held at the Brooklyn Area on Aging at 102 North Main Street. It'll include subjects like the legalization of recreational marijuana, creating an independent citizens redistricting, and state constitutional rights for voting policies. The forum will also feature local candidates running on the November ballot. Anyone attending will be able to ask the candidates questions. And if you missed this one, there will be 2 other town hall meetings later this month. There will be a live demonstration today on new equipment to help those with disabilities cast their vote easier this November. The demonstration is happening at the BSBP Braille and Talking Book Library on Kalamazoo Street in Lansing. It'll include a first look at the newly federal certified voting equipment. The demonstration starts at 11:30. Okay, remember that story of the painting that shredded itself after being auctioned off for over $1 million? Well, the painting has officially been sold. The winning bidder for Girl with Balloon painting that self-destructed during an auction in London last week is going through with the purchase. There was a shredder built inside the frame that shredded the painting immediately after its auction. The official new name of the artwork is now Love is in the Bin. It was auctioned off for $1.4 million. Banksy is known worldwide for his England-based street art. The buyer said she came to terms with the shredded painting after realizing she would own a piece of art history. Art dealer company Sotheby's said Love is in the Bin is the first artwork ever to have been created live during an auction. After the break, a woman charged with embezzling more than $93,000 from 2 Girl Scouts troops and a cancer center appears in court. Find out what she's facing when we come back.
You're watching Fox 47 Morning News at 7.
A Wisconsin home is severely damaged after an explosion. The home is a seasonal home, so thankfully nobody was there at the time. When emergency responders arrived, the home was destroyed and still on fire. Firefighters had to wait for the local gas company to arrive to shut off the gas line before putting the fire out. 2 neighbors were sent to the hospital with minor injuries. The cause of the blast is still under investigation. A house in Southern California was also badly damaged by an explosion and 1 person was injured. The blast ripped open a wall and damaged part of the home's roof. Officials say a 45-year-old man was hospitalized and is in critical condition. Only one side of the house appears to be damaged. This explosion is also under investigation. A boy in Syracuse, New York has died after being shot in the stomach. The 12-year-old is the latest victim in a violent crime streak in the city. James Springer, a 6th grader at a local middle school, was killed Wednesday night. A 33-year-old woman was also hurt in the shooting but was only grazed by a bullet. At a news conference yesterday, the chief of police pleaded with the community to come forward with any information.
There were some things that occurred in that neighborhood and the days leading up to this that we weren't aware of. Had folks in that neighborhood called the police, we would have been able to intervene. Now, I'm not saying that we would have saved this child's life, but I'm saying to you that I would love to have had a chance to save this child's life.
In the past month, 1 other child died and 2 others were wounded by gun violence. A certified public accountant has been charged with embezzling more than $93,000 from 2 Girl Scout troops and a cancer center in Santa Clarita, and she was in court yesterday. Patricia Cassione is charged with 2 felony counts. The 52-year-old is accused of stealing the money while serving as a volunteer treasurer and as the chief financial officer at Beverly Hills Cancer Center. If convicted, she faces up to 3 years and 8 months behind bars. We have new information on the New York man accused of planning to set off a bomb on the National Mall in Washington this election day. Fox News correspondent Brian Lennis is in Tappan, New York with the latest.
I would have never suspected a house, a normal place like this on a quiet street would be the, home of a mad scientist.
Neighbors in Tappan, New York, a suburban neighborhood 20 miles north of New York City, are shocked.
This is a very quiet area for the most part.
Federal prosecutors announced their neighbor, 56-year-old Paul Rosenfeld, built a 200-pound bomb in the basement of his home between August and October. Prosecutors say he planned on blowing himself up on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. on Election Day. His motive? To draw attention to an alternate political theory called sortition, which believes government officials should be chosen at random. Court documents allege Rosenfeld ordered black powder online to be delivered to a location in New Jersey. He then transported the powder to his basement in New York, where he built a plywood box bomb packed with powder, installing components to ensure that he was killed in the blast. Rosenfeld turned his basement into a bomb factory, building smaller explosive devices for testing. The FBI says Rosenfeld acted alone and the bomb he built appeared to be functional. Quote, had he been successful, Rosenfeld's alleged plot could have claimed the lives of innocent bystanders and caused untold destruction. Neighbors agree.
Could have killed a lot of people, taking out, most of this block, I would say.
Rosenfeld was caught after he sent text messages and mailed letters to a person in Pennsylvania detailing his plans. That person, who claims not to know Rosenfeld, alerted the authorities. In Tappan, New York, Brian Yennis, Fox News.
A slithery escape artist set off motion sensors at a high school in Alexandria, Virginia. The boa constrictor did not break into the school but snuck out of his tank in the science lab. Thankfully, Animal Protection Police weren't afraid of this big snake and were able to get the snake named Buddy back into his tank. It'll be harder for him to break out again, though. His lid now has biology textbooks weighing it down. Okay, check this out too. Ice skating in Las Vegas has gone to the dogs, or rather one dog, one special yellow lab to be precise. Meet Benny. He's a 5-year-old who has crossed over from a rescue shelter to being a star on the ice. His owner found him right before he was about to be euthanized. Now Benny gives fetch a whole new meaning by retrieving hockey sticks. Benny has shown the University of Nevada a doggone good time by skating for them at the game, and now his owner hopes to have him put his 4th pair of specially designed skates on and put on a show for NHL's Las Vegas Golden Knights. Well, I think that's probably about the cutest thing I'll see all day.
He looks like he did a little better with the legs that didn't have skates on them, though, so...
Well, who knows?
Just saying.
So it might be ice skating weather here.
Not quite yet, but it is feeling a little bit more like winter as you step out the door this morning. We have some fairly chilly temperatures across the area. Right now we are sitting at 41 degrees in Lansing, still holding on to a lot of cloud cover across the rest of the area. 40 degrees currently in Jackson. Notice they are reporting a couple light rain showers in Ionia as of right now, so if you're heading towards the Grand Rapids area this morning, just keep that in mind. Otherwise, on the satellite and radar picture, not a whole lot to see. That cloud cover is in the area. They've been dealing with some snow showers off to our north. They're also looking at some rain and snow a little bit further to our west. Now, this system will pass to our south this evening. We're not looking at any snow showers, but there may be a few light rain showers passing through the area as we head into the later evening hours. Temperature-wise today, we're topping out only into the upper 40s. Heading into the overnight tonight, we start to clear out right around midnight. Waking up tomorrow morning, we will be seeing our temperatures close to the freezing mark in Lansing and Jackson. Saturday, though, shaping up to be a pretty nice-looking day. Mostly sunny skies with a high of 52 degrees.
All right, looks like a pretty nice fall weekend.
It sure does.
All right, thanks. Now we're going to toss it over to Bob and Mary on the Morning Blend, but we'll be right back with more news on Fox 47.
You're watching Fox 47 Morning News at 7.
Joining us this morning is Dan Bickle, who is with the musical faculty of Jackson College. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So you've got something coming up called Percussion Concussion. Tell us what that is.
Well, it's an event that is an exhibition of high school and professional drum lines, and there's an opportunity for the high schoolers to work with the professionals. It's kind of been a 3-tiered event. For several years it was sponsored in Jackson as a fundraiser, and it went well. It was kind of an all-day event, but when it went away, when I took over at Jackson College, one of the initiatives was to try to bring this back, but make it as positive and efficient as it could be for the high school drum lines and instructors. So it became an exhibition last year. We had 3 high school drum lines participate in some Jackson College groups, and out of natural growth, we have 7 high school drum lines. Michigan State's represented, and the Detroit Pistons are again headlining.
Wow, this could be cool.
We're very excited about this event.
What high schools are participating?
We have Western from Jackson. Mason is coming down. They won the event actually when it was a competition a few years back. East Jackson, Vandercook Lake, Springport, Northwest, and Napoleon are also participating.
Wow.
And the Jackson College Drumline, which is a beneficiary of this event because we also are allowed to show these great high schoolers. If and when you would decide to continue with drumline in college, you can come here.
Right.
And it's also open to current high schoolers. In fact, I think 4 of our 12 in the JC Drumline are actually high schoolers in the Jackson area also participating because they love to play the drums.
So when is it?
Wednesday, October 24th at 7 p.m. in our beautiful Potter Center in Jackson.
So we talked about, all the bands or drum lines who are participating. Is there a charge?
There is. It's $5 for students and children and $8 for adults. Last year, we weren't sure how it was going to work out, and the response that we got was it was definitely worth the money, and it's going to run about an hour and 15 minutes, and for those who asked, yes, we will have earplugs available and all that.
So I'm assuming the energy is going to be amazing.
Oh, last year it was so exciting. I mean, people were running around. I had a friend find me backstage, and he was talking so fast, and he's an adult who plays saxophone in the community concert band at Jackson, and just it was nice to see everybody was quite excited about it.
How do we get tickets then?
You can get them through the Jackson College Potter Center ticket office, or you can buy them at the door. The price is the same.
It sounds like an amazing opportunity.
Yeah,
great,
absolutely.
Great
7 high schools takes you back to high school when you were in band. It'll be fun.
Right. And if you haven't seen the Pistons drumline, you really should.
Oh, right. Exactly. So you can find out more information at jccmi.edu. Again, this is on Wednesday, October 24th at 7 p.m. at the Potter Center. Tickets on sale now. You can give them a call too at 787-0800.
Lock your doors and board up the windows. The dead have risen for the 9th annual Downtown Lansing Zombie Walk. The horde of undead will be massing at the Lansing Center tomorrow to kick off How To Halloween. All ages of zombies are welcome to walk for free, but participants are asked to bring a non-perishable food item to donate to the Greater Lansing Food Bank. The walk begins at noon. We'll have more local events and things to do right here on Fox 47. If you have an event you want to share, send us an email at aroundtown@fox47news.com. And now for a look at more of what's going on around town, let's toss things over to our Around Town reporter.
Around Town Kids! Here's what's going on around town for kids like me. Join us for Boo at the Zoo on 3 different weekends this year. October 13th through the 14th, October 20th through the 21st, October 27th through the 28th. There will be activities from 12 to 5 p.m. each day. Little ghouls and boys will enjoy an afternoon of spooktacular fun. There will be tons of activities for everyone to enjoy. We encourage all kids, big and small, to come dressed in their spookiest, scariest, or prettiest Halloween costumes. Enjoy free activities for the family, a straw maze, candy stations, and more. Don't miss it. For more information on events like this, go to fox47news.com. My name is Rihanna Van Zwoel, and back to the Fox 47 studios.
All right, thank you. Hot air balloons are swarming over Albuquerque, New Mexico, as people from around the U.S. are enjoying the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta this week. Despite weather challenges canceling some portions of the events, the balloons did not disappoint. The Fiesta is in its 47th year and holds the distinction of being the most photographed event in the world. That's definitely on my bucket list.
Yeah, very cool there, but kind of gives you a reason to think why we do our balloon festivals in the middle of summer rather than October. They can get away with it in the southeast. If they were trying that here today, well, it'd be a very chilly ride. Right now, we're only sitting at 41 degrees in Lansing, 40 degrees currently for Charlotte and Jackson. Winds this morning, they have died down since yesterday, but still about 5 to 10 miles per hour, mainly out of the west-northwest, and that's leading to wind chills this morning that are mainly in the mid to upper 30s. Only feeling like 35 degrees as you step out the door this morning in Lansing. Currently feeling like 37 degrees in Jackson and Hillsdale. Now your satellite and radar picture is showing a lot of cloud cover overhead right now. That has actually kept us a little warmer tonight. If it wasn't for that cloud cover, our air temperatures would be down into the 30s. Up north where the air temperatures are in the 30s, they're actually getting enough lake effect snow moving into the area. Now we're not seeing any snow in our forecast. There could be a couple light rain showers though moving in once we hit the later evening hours. Otherwise just a cloudy and cooler day today with highs mainly in the upper 40s. Your 1-800-HANSON's weather kit this morning is Madeline of Hazlitt.
I actually felt like I needed some mittens this morning as I grabbed the steering wheel.
Yeah, you need the mittens, the hat, the gloves, pretty much everything. It's a little bit chilly out there.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Jim.
Yeah.
After the break, students in Michigan forced to change schools with only 1 day's notice. Parents are now demanding answers. Plus, an update on the Flint water crisis is scheduled for later today. We'll be right back.
You're watching Fox 47 Morning News at 7.
Some parents in Dearborn Heights are demanding answers after their children were switched to different elementary schools with only 1 day's notice. Several students received a notice that last Thursday they would be switching schools. The change was made due to unexpectedly high enrollment. The change also came 1 day after the count day at school. The superintendent says the school of choice window had closed and that in-district students got priority to be placed in their neighborhood school. Moms like Kiana Washington want to make sure things like this never happen again.
I want to see him remain in the building, but if that can't happen, then I want to see that this type of situation doesn't happen again for future students.
The superintendent says she's been in the classroom every day this week to check on the students and see how they're adjusting. There are some disturbing allegations coming out of Detroit. A mom claims her 6-year-old son was sexually assaulted in the bathroom at his school. The woman, who remains anonymous to protect the identity of her son, claims that an 8-year-old boy assaulted him at a school in southwest Detroit. It happened on Monday, and when the son told the older brother, the mom and her husband rushed him to the hospital to be evaluated. Doctors did conclude that the child had been sexually abused. The mother says not only was the lock on the bathroom not properly latched to the door, but the teacher walked away from the stalls just before it happened, which is against school protocol. The mom says the alleged abuse has ruined her son.
When I'm up at night, I hear him screaming and crying out of his sleep, saying no and stop, and he's crying, and it's just traumatic.
The father of the accused boy not only apologized to the mother, but also said his son needs help and should be held accountable. A Detroit Public Schools Community District spokeswoman wrote in a statement the investigations didn't find evidence to back up the sexual assault claim. A conference will be held today to discuss the need to update the water infrastructure in Flint. The U.S. Conference of Mayors will be meeting in Flint to share critical information on the current water crisis, along with technology, management, and methods to combat the issue. Flint Mayor Karen Weaver will also give an update on the water crisis in her city. The meetings are closed to the public and to the press, but there will be a press conference held after to share what was discussed in the meeting. A federal appeals court says its decision is final. It will not reopen a case that gives University of Michigan students the right to cross-examine during disciplinary hearings related to allegations of sexual misconduct. The university had asked the 6th District Court to hear the case again. A U of M student claims the university violated his rights during a sexual misconduct investigation by not allowing him or a representative to question witnesses or the accuser. The 28th annual Empty Bowls event is happening today. The event helps benefit the Greater Lansing Food Bank. It runs from 11 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. at Trapo on East Michigan Avenue in Lansing. It costs $20 per bowl, and you get a light lunch of soup and bread along with a handcrafted bowl made by members of the Potter's Guild and other local artists. A possible murder mystery may put the United States at odds with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, a key Middle East ally. Reports say a Washington Post journalist and critic of the monarchy was killed by a Saudi hit squad in Turkey. Now there's a bipartisan push for the White House to demand answers. John Lawrence reports.
More than a week has passed since Washington Post columnist Jamal Khashoggi vanished. This closed-circuit footage shows the Saudi journalist heading into what Turkish authorities say was a death trap.
We're determined to get to the bottom of it, and we'll have more on that in the near future.
The Washington Post reports the government of Turkey told the U.S. it has audio and video recordings that prove Khashoggi was murdered inside the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. Senators in both parties want answers.
The intel points directly at them and them thinking about this in advance. The administration will have to pay attention to that.